Alice Well here. We're going to do a collective message for Gemini season. Happy Gemini season, May 21st. I'm already sweating. You can see how hot it is here. We actually had a heat advisory today, and tomorrow it's supposed to be even worse. So things are heating up. We are going to be using our Wisdom of the Tao cards to start out with. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Yeah, if it doesn't feel like it applies to your situation, no worries. You probably need a personal reading. In that case, the information is below in my description. Let's just get into it, because I felt like today it was like such a new energy of like, oh my gosh, we're in a totally new world. Like, we're in a totally new chapter, a new season of the television show of our lives, Days of Our Lives. And I'm just like cheeky. I just feel like this Gemini energy is really like playful. And it's been a tough while, but it's been a really tough winter, and that eclipse season and like Mercury retrograde and all of that really just kicked everyone's butt. So I think we deserve a little bit of fun, and I think that's what this reading brought me about. So excited. Growth. Ooh, actually, you know what's interesting? The image that I'm getting here is of like climbing. Climbing. Yeah, okay. Like there's like a jungle gym sort of monkey bar playground sort of image that's coming to me. But it's also like, it's interesting. It's kind of like they're showing me like the jungle gym and the playground and everything, but then also like the trees and being like, see how it's the same? See how like I think that there is like a creativity necessary in this play of like, there might not be the official playground. Like, we might not be at a, you know, playing at a, where we want to play. Like, maybe if you like do roller skating or something, like maybe you're not able to go to a roller rink, but there is like a, like, keep doing it wherever you are. And remember that these like structures, these like structured play areas are actually just reflections of like the natural play that we naturally like gravitate to as children, or like, yeah, like out in the woods, like climbing trees and like dancing and like, I don't know, whatever, like things that really don't involve like a place to go. Something like that. So if maybe you're actually even concerned, oh, we're getting all sorts of stuff. Like, so if you're concerned about money, or like paying for something, or like classes for something, or like something like more official, the message is like, no, 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 no. Do it like, just like do it in this spontaneous, like a creative way that you need to do whatever it is, this play. And this is where you're going to see that growth, because there's like a creativity aspect to it. There's like some problem solving. There's a reason that maybe we're not able to do something more officially, I guess is the interesting. Do something more officially. So you're like working with what you have. Working with what you have, because it's like, Spirit's like, if I wanted you to be more official about it, I would have given you the means to do so. What I need for you to do is grow. I need you to like grow your mental elasticity and like problem solve this a little bit in a fun and creative way. Fantastic. I like that a lot, actually, because it's like, I think it's gonna be this one. Victory. Yeah, I see this as almost like someone like shadow boxing a little bit, like this is like playing with yourself. Like, the victory is over a shadow self, but even not like a victory over like, oh, I used to be this certain way, or like, man, this winter was so tough and now I learned this lesson and I'm never gonna learn it again. Like, of course, nothing like that. It's like a championing of the self. It's like, I have like cleverly bested my shadow self by being so playful that they are now my friend. Yeah, this is like a mental victory, or like there's something about that, like, maybe, yeah, like maybe tricking our shadow or something. Tricking our shadow? Where's this going? Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I love this though, because I think it also encourages, like, I'm also hearing the beach. So like playing at the beach, making sand castles, something like that, like really indulging in summery things, or like, or like, yeah, what I'm seeing like sand castles and someone playing and like digging in the sand. Trick, yeah, trick. This card itself, like the meaning that they give, I'm just like riffing here. Sometimes I'll read them if I feel like really called, but trick, I think it's a little bit like, it's almost like if you do something really like childish and adventurous and spontaneous, you will trick this like programmed severe adult side of yourself, and you will just like it's like, oh, even like, okay, so Gemini is like the twins, right? Like one of them I'm seeing is almost like that mask of like the one's happy, one's sad, and there's a name for it, and I knew the whole history at one point. I don't remember it. But it's a little bit like that. Like one of these Gemini twins is like quite serious, and the other one is like somehow so jubilant as to appear younger than this other. The serious one seems much older, and so this is like in the sides of ourself, there's like maybe a side of yourself that's like really serious, and like this other side has been maybe even afraid of the serious side. Maybe there's been a part of yourself, this shadow side, you've been like afraid of your shadow side, like, yeah man, like I'm a little bit I don't know, like maybe you know this about yourself where you get kind of triggered about stuff and you're like, I'm so ashamed of it, I don't want to look at it. I don't know, that kind of thing. I think the message here is like, no, like play with that side, like engage with that side of yourself, like trick them a little bit into having fun. And I don't think it's going to be very hard. I think that this is something that you might have been wanting to do. You've been like, how can I be more, like, how can I like be happy? like why am I not, I'm doing all this work, like why am I not seeing the results of this? Because in order to actually receive and in order to actually enjoy, that's a totally different mindset from like working on stuff and from like deep contemplation or even like grief about things that didn't work out during the winter or whatever, or like the eclipse season was like really stressful. So yeah, I think that you might, if you're stuck in a rut a little bit and you're feeling a little serious, do something spontaneous and like see the world not as so official, not as so colonized, actually, is what they just said. Yeah. Yeah, like go play with the world. And let that like shadow side of you know that you forgive them, you know, because they have their own time and place too. Abundance. What a blessing. I'm feeling great about this. I think I'm just feeling a little, because this feels like the sun. It's like the sun is shining on you, and I think that you've been in shadow, or you've been in shadow mode. You know, you've had to be either your shadow self or a serious self, or like just a version of yourself where you're like really working and it's not really that much fun. And it's like, okay. I actually see this as, for some reason I'm seeing these robes as wet, like coming up from something, like the robes are wet and you're like sitting in the sun, sunning yourself and being like, oh, I made it. I'm here. Here I am. Here you are. Oh, wow. Let's read this one. There's something about this. What am I missing? I feel like, am I missing something? Like they keep being like, look at it. Here it is. Pomegranates. Yeah. If you don't know the history of the pomegranate, so in the like creation story, the Adam and Eve, like there's a couple of different versions of it where sometimes Eve doesn't eat an apple, she eats a pomegranate, and sometimes it's actually the story of Persephone, you know? And Persephone eats Hades, the fruit of hell, which is the pomegranate. And that's you know, so it's basically like a month two about like a myth two about the months. I'm so distracted by this. Anyway, it basically symbolizes like there's some sort of, what they're saying is like there's some sort of contract that's been paid, so now you can come back out from the underworld and you can like be in the summer. Yeah, you've paid your debt to hell in some way, or some like personal demons, or even not like that, like just something, you know. This is interesting, actually. Let's see what it says. You are nurtured, protected, and guided by one of the most powerful deities in Taoism. The time has come to harvest all that you have sown. Continue to follow the path that is yours alone, and you are assured of abundant success. Wow. Oh, cool. I think, though, this happened to me one other time too, and I actually deleted the video, where I felt like the presence of like a Loki kind of spirit, like a higher deity presence, and like that's sort of the impression. I feel like there's like a Persephone sort of energy, collective consciousness presence with this, and it is distracting whenever that happens, where it's like, oh, interesting. I don't know. Let's just keep going. But either, like, that's the whole vibe, though. Just, like, tricky. There's almost, like, a little bit of a Loki feel to this, too. I don't know. Let's just get more. Because we don't have to, I try not to get, like, too into all of that stuff, but just worth noting. So I guess, like, if Persephone is, like, one of your deities that you work with or something, this is, like, a particular sign. Ooh, and the moon. There's still yet to be revealed. There's still like something that is unknown. Of course, there's always going to be something, but it's like there's something in this like subconscious here about, gosh, this card like I'm like so drawn to it. What is it? Am I missing something? I don't know. We'll clarify with the Magic the Gathering cards, because there's definitely something I feel like I'm missing, but actually that might be the message. Like there's something about like Persephone coming back to the summer, and there's something hidden in the subconscious which is going to be revealed, and it's abundant. It's like abundance. It's like this natural resource. A natural resource. I think that it's like this fun that we're unlocking. Back in the arms of your family, I just heard, like coming back to life after a long time, after like a drowning, like pulling yourself up from a drowning and sitting in the sun and just being like, whoa, sunning on a rock. Yeah. Okay, cool. Interesting. Okay, let's clarify with some Magic the Gathering cards. There's something that will be revealed. It's like, yeah. I think what they're getting at is like that this fun that you have maybe will there might be like a moment when you're like, oh, I'm so happy with whatever I'm doing, or like feeling really fulfilled, or like, I don't know, you know, a moment that would normally be happy, or like a high that is blunted in some way, and it's like it like allows, because you're feeling safe and jubilant, it allows for something from your subconscious to come up, like a secret almost, or like a perception of the way that this like either harsh winter was, or like just whatever you're personally working on, kind of contemplating in your own life for healing, or however you want to see that, like a new way of viewing it. But I don't think that it's they're kind of saying like it's neither good nor bad. It's simply that because you will have been, there'll be enough distance, and you will be like, I think there's just like something you're finally going to be able to see, and it'll be like, oh, okay, that's how that was. But there might need to be like a little bit of trickery to get you to this point. It's this like serious or shadow side of the self. Either you're seeing it in a different way, or like, I don't know. Let's clarify. So I'm gonna start again with our growth card here, because this was interesting. This had like jungle gym, is that the word for them? Yeah, jungle gym. It had like jungle gym vibes, but it was like, but go into the real jungle, but like do the real, but like go onto nature and like have fun with your friends and go to the beach and that kind of thing. And that is where this growth will come from, because you will then like evoke back in this really lovely side of yourself. You're calling back in Persephone. Yeah. And they just said like when you were Hades all winter. Oh, yeah. I think in this particular reading, we're talking about like, what if Hades and Persephone are the same person? You know, like how within all of us we have like divine masculine and divine feminine energies. And yeah, it's sort of implying that there is like a dualistic nature, this like Gemini side. Okay, so it's like Persephone is now going to show Hades what it's like to have fun and to be in the sun. And this will allow, like, and this is like the Hades side of oneself, like a side of ourselves that is maybe embittered in some way, or is like, you know, insert any sort of maybe devil archetype you want, whatever. We're working with this. And so this like Hades side of ourselves gets to like fall back in love with Persephone all over again, because she's in her element, the divine feminine side of yourself, or the light side of yourself, or kind of however this is fitting for you. Yeah, it's like back in their element again. And they're like, oh, that's why something, moon, subconscious, something secret, something that you will reveal to yourself. Oh, that's why this. Okay, anyway, back to this. Okay, so to clarify growth, interesting. There was this, I don't even remember like when I was talking, like which card I was talking about this originally with, but like signing, but there was like a karmic contract that's been fulfilled now. Yeah. It's not what's in these pictures, but they just said like pomegranates. And that's like the deal, right? Like Persephone is allowed to go back every summer. That's the deal. That's the contract. This is getting a little, I don't know. Can we be a little more concrete maybe, just so I can get like more of a thread? But I love it. I love when like readings are really out there. So, I mean, all right, one more on that. Yeah, okay. It's actually these two. This is this dictative helioid. I always think of this as like a devotion to spirit, or like a higher being, a higher self, you know, something like that. And then this is key to the city. It's like a reward. It's a reward for fulfilling your contract. A reward for fulfilling the contract. Interesting. Okay, let's keep going. Because in this victory, we talked about how this is like a victory over Yeah. It's like a victory over self, but it's not in, it's like, oh my God, of course, it's like a victory in like a game. Like, oh, we were playing a game together. Like, you won this one. I'll win the next one. Like, oh, I liked how you did that. Can you help me with this? Like a victory in a like civilized way with the self. Like how if we think of Persephone and Hades, I almost said Hecate. What is going on? But either way, like the light and the dark sides of ourselves, like it's all part of us. It's all us. Here we are. This card's interesting because I always get different messages from this one. I think in this particular case, this feels like it's called flesh to dust. I think that this means like this is just simply this like the cycle that your soul and essentially like all of us go through. Sometimes we're Persephone, sometimes we're Hades, sometimes we're Dr. Jekyll, sometimes we're Hyde. But they like love each other. All parts of yourself love the self, and they're trying to help you. I don't know, this is getting kind of this happens every time though. I want it to just be like, I feel like other readers, I'm like, yeah, it's so straightforward, but this is like, yeah, interesting. Let me just get one more clarifying with this. Like, what exactly are we talking about is like literally going to happen? Okay, Chemster. This card always speaks to me about someone who is like who's like creating themselves or like experimenting. Okay, all right, so this is like this experimenting because there's like a doorway of freedom here. Now we're back to our trick card. So we're playing with ourselves, we're being a little bit tricky. It's almost like there has to be okay, so we're back to our like Persephone myth a little bit. I don't really remember it exactly, which is part of why I'm hesitating, because I'm like, oh man, I really don't remember this myth very well. So like, if you do and this is speaking to you, like you'll know, I guess, more what this means. But like, I think that there was some sort of deception to try to prevent Hades from having Persephone all the time or something like that. And I think that that's like a part of this, like, it can't be dark all the time. It's gonna be light. What else are we talking about here? Okay, yeah. Yeah, wit's end. I think that this talks about like seeing the light a little bit. Because of this trickery, it's like one side of yourself. It's almost like, yeah, like Persephone tricking Hades, or like the lights, the like joyful, like silly side of yourself, like having to trick or play tricks or maybe prank a little bit, the like more serious or darker side of yourself. And this like allows a certain amount of light to come in. I do get like a touch of sadness. I think that's because of that moon card that's there. There is for some reason like a touch of sadness in this, where it's like, okay, I see it. I see what the problem was, or it's like, it's something about looking into the past though. I think that it's like more just like more clarification on what you've been going through. I don't know if you can hear my cat. She's like, she likes for you to just go to her wherever she is and you will pet her there. Yeah, because we've got this hour of revelation. I think there's like a light that goes off. Yeah, because look at these two. And this one's called, Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. An offering. Because look at these. They have these like gate. There's something light in the gate here. I think this is maybe a little pineal gland kind of stuff. Maybe for some of you, you're going through a Kundalini awakening, or you're going to be like really working on that. There's certainly like yogas and qigongs and everything that are designed specifically to assist you with like a real, like, physical awakening. Going through a spiritual awakening is a physical process too. Like, you can't leave your body out of this. there's this gateway into that though, a revelation. And then from that, and I dropped this card, it's like literally from the light in your pineal gland, like the light shines out through your eyes and you see something in a totally different way. I don't feel like it's again, like they were saying, like it's not good or bad. It just is. You just see it in a different way. Yeah, I actually think this Gemini season, I don't really know too much about astrology. I know like the bare bones kind of stuff and really only Western astrology. But someone was saying that like everything's direct for a while, I guess, all the planets in Gemini, and I think that there's like a straight shot into yourself. Because there's this abundance, like sunning ourselves, being able to be playful. I'm still being drawn back though towards like looking at the past, because it feels like for me there's something that like I'm missing. Oh, I'm missing this, or like what is that? Oh wait, there's one. This is the soul mender, but it needs another one. This is a very interesting reading. Pillar of light. Yeah, this is your Jedi, the column of light, your spinal column. That you're healing like your nervous system through this or something, like something tangible. I think maybe this even might talk about like one part of you, like you might be feeling a little bit separated out towards like your more etheric self and then your physical self, and you are like, oh, I'm putting it all together. Something's clicking here. But I really like that these are both, it's like being able to command this like channel of light through you, or recognizing like, oh, I'm the light. Oh, I'm the light. Like I have to be the light wherever I am. I have to like bring the fun. I'm bringing the party this Gemini season. These two twins, one of them who's been a little bit like, oh, like they've been a little repressed all winter, is finally like, hey, we're having fun. I'm the light. Yeah, abundance. Fun in the sun. And then this moon. All right, this moon. Let's see. I don't know if you can hear my cat. Well, okay, let me see. Yeah, a wall of essence from under the floorboards. This feels like, I wonder if some of you will be going through like a physical Kundalini awakening, because it's like the essence, like from under the floorboards, from like deep in your subconscious, something is welling up, and it's because of this like joy and like spontaneity and playfulness and the creative thinking that comes along with like not doing something in an official way, like doing it like your own way, in an unofficial way. There's this like light that goes off, like, oh my gosh, I see it in this way. I see it by the light of the moon, man. And some things can only be seen by the light of the moon. They can't be seen during the day. Curious. So I like this. This has very much like there's a mystery to uncover too. I think it's going to be fun, and I think that it's almost like a little bit of a vacation. Actually, if you see, I watch a lot of those like British crime. They're kind of cheeky. Like cheeky came up. Like I think I said that at the beginning too. Cheeky. But yeah, like that's like cheeky kind of energy, and also like kitschy. What's the other word? Like not tacky. I don't know. What's that word? Camp. It's very camp. Anyway, I watch all of those murder mystery shows, and you like some of them, they go on vacation, and then like, we're gonna have a normal vacation, and then of course, because one of them's a detective or something, like someone gets murdered at the campsite, something like that. Like there's like some like exploratory fun thing you're doing, and you're like, I'm gonna go on vacation, I'm gonna do things different, and I'm gonna make a jungle gym out of like the real jungle of my life, like doing things unofficially. And then there's like a secret that comes up, or there's like an intrigue something unexpected, or like the other twin, like Hades, comes back around, or oh, I don't know, something like that. But this joy will be able to like, yeah, very much I mean, I saw this a little bit earlier too. There's a Tai Chi, a yin yang on the robes of this abundance, of these like these like heavy robes that we're sunning in. All is, and all is well. Black and white and Tai Chi. It's both of them together, you know? Curious. So I don't know. This is a funny energy, but I think it's also because it had that like Persephone sort of presence to it too. I don't know. So anyway, I hope you liked this. I hope you have fun in Gemini season. Let me know if you want a personal reading. All my information is below. I'm also doing Magical Mondays. I'm doing a reading at 8 a.m. on Monday as well as 8 p.m. Those are going to be on TikTok. I had my first one last week and I tried to like save them and put them on YouTube, but they wouldn't save. So maybe they'll just be a TikTok live thing. I don't know. I want to put them on YouTube at some point, but anyway, either way, I'll catch you around. Bye.